Use the referral link in the description to g2a.com for all of your Xbox codes, PlayStation codes and video games, and be sure to use the code CHES at checkout to get yourself 3% cashback. Hey guys, welcome to episode 11 of Season 2 here at Newcastle United. We're in great form, which is something I haven't been able to say for a few episodes, and we currently sit, although it might be changing momentarily, we did sit second, we now sit fourth, with everybody having caught up with their games in hand. We drew against Arsenal in the last episode, we beat 10th place Chelsea, and we also played and beat 16th place Bournemouth. Today we have Crystal Palace, who are currently 9th, followed by Huddersfield Town, who are currently 19th. So one would like to think that it should be 2 straight victories for us today, although Palace technically are only 2 points behind us despite being 5 places lower down, so that one might be quite difficult. We'll have to wait and see, but I'd like a minimum of 4 points today. If not, I'd like to take all 6 if we can. We are very close to the January transfer window, and we'll be heading into it today with a game against Wolves. We've actually Bournemouth again in the FA Cup, as you can see there, and then again at the end of the month with regards to another Premier League game. But we'll be going into January today, at least onto the 1st. So the transfer deal for Muto will go through, and we'll see if we get any other bids for other players. And we'll know exactly how much money we have to spend with regards to the upcoming transfer window. I'm still not sure where I want to spend, or even if I want to spend. But we'll approach that in due course once we get to the window. Let's concentrate now on Crystal Palace, who, judging by the player on the right, have Danny Welbeck signed. Julian Speroni in goal for Crystal Palace. Joel Ward at right back. Of course, Wan-Bissaka now plays for me. Innes, Yak and Suare at left back. Milivojevic, Jordan Much and Maximilian Meyer in the midfield, with Wilfred Zaha, Christian Benteke and, as we saw, Danny Welbeck playing left wing. Another move for Danny Welbeck. Another club that's playing him at left wing rather than up top at striker. He just can't seem to get any luck, can he, Welbs? He did injure himself seemingly quite badly in the game recently, and I haven't, as of recording, seen what the actual result of the injury was. His ankle was pretty much bent back on itself. It looked disgusting, and he was clearly in a lot of pain when it happened, but I haven't seen any follow-up with regards to the severity of the injury. That was nicely scooped by Jose Perez, but unfortunately it won't cause Julian Speroni any issue. He's going to whack the ball forward here. Salvio wins the header. Ayoze will knock it back there to Zakaria. And that will reach Jose Perez. And Maximilian Philip is there. This could drop to Ayoze. It hasn't quite. Maximilian Meyer will knock that down to Jordan Much. And they have been able to work it away. Back nicely to Pepe Suare. Driving down the left-hand side. Salvio trying to keep up with him but can't. Benteke versus Wagner will be a good battle of strength. Salvio just squeezes that away. Take my time before deciding where to play it. Kennedy is the obvious option. And he will get to that, take it in his stride. He's done that beautifully. Can he find a cross for a teammate? Found a cross, but not a teammate. He's on 7 goals in the Premier League so far this season, Kennedy, which puts him joint 3rd, I believe, in the league's top goal scorer list. Jose Perez has been scoring a few recently, and Speroni got strong fingertips to that to tip that one away. Eduardo Salvio will whip the ball in. He's first, in fact, Eduardo Salvio on the assist list for the league. We're having a very good season. Much better than Season 1. We expected it to be better than Season 1 with the improvements we made to the squad and further growth from the players that were already here. Try and get that through to Maximilian Philip. It didn't quite work. Jose Perez with the little drop of the shoulder, but unfortunately Milivojevic has been able to get that away from me, and we won't be scoring a goal here. Wan-Bissaka out to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. He's shifted wide here as Salvio went central. We'll look for Salvio here, and he's accelerating away. He's got the best of Papi Suare. Can he get the best of Yak? Yes, he can. And the delivery is decent. Underneath it, I think, was Joel Ward. There was 2 Newcastle men and the defender in there trying to get to it. 3 went for it, and I think it was the defender that headed it away. But they haven't yet cleared it away properly, and we're trying to close them down, put them under pressure here to maybe make a mistake like we did against Arsenal, like Chelsea did against me in the last episode. Muscle him here, but Milivojevic is very strong. Jordan Much forward to Benteke, and Chilwell intercepts. Getting a start again ahead of Philip Max, who played against Chelsea. Wan-Bissaka forward to Perez. On the counter-attack here. Palace up against it. There's Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Maximilian Philip round the corner, looking for Perez. Oh, wouldn't quite take it in his stride. Philip just ran up to that and hit it as hard as he could. Was attempting to do a stand tackle. Oh, that's gone well. And short. Why has he not tried to head that? Tell me why he's not tried to head that. The ball comes into him, Maximilian Philip. He is on his own. Why has he not tried to head this? Speechless. Speechless. That should be 1-0. He had the entire box to himself. I don't know how I'm not in front now. I cannot tell you. Salvio. Oh, it's given away. Here's Maximilian Meyer. Danny Welbeck. Cross blocked by Wan-Bissaka. Around the corner nicely there to Zakaria. Here's each up the shoulder. Try and put them off. We've done well to play in Salvio. Got an itch on my nose. Hopefully that doesn't stop my effectiveness going forward. Salvio with the delivery. Kennedy at the back post. That's how you head the ball, Maximilian. Kennedy. 8 goals for the Premier League now. 7 goals for the Premier League now. He was offside. Oh, man. We did track back. In the end, it was quite close, but definitely the right decision. Milivojevic, Benteke, Meyer, Much. We skip past the challenge. Benteke looking for Welbeck. Go! Stop!
What a wonderful volley. It's a wonderful ability to have, isn't it? To connect so sweetly.
The clearance goes straight against Welbeck. Falls directly to Benteke, who, with a great volley, fires Palace 1-0 in front.
So the first goal, it's 1-0.
The amount of times I get clearances, whether they be passing it out from the back with an A pass or trying to kick it out from the back with an X or square on PlayStation, I tend to default towards doing an X or square clearance rather than just a B or circle clearance.
Well, that's not so much an interception.
Mainly because I want to try and keep the ball in play. Like if I hit B, they're just going to smack it straight out for a throw-in. Although obviously, in that scenario, just kicking it straight out for a throw-in is more favourable to giving it away, or potentially giving it away and conceding a goal. 99 times out of 100 though, leave that. The clearance goes fine and you get it away. Here comes Cheku Kuyate for them in the midfield. On that 1 in 100 occasion, it does go against the man in front of you. Rather than clear. Oh, Kuyate, what an interception. Interceptions are really strong on FIFA 19. The amount of times I try and squeeze balls through like that and they just get picked off. Lascelles with the tackle not once but twice. Salvio picked that up. I've less than 20 minutes to go now. Sorry, just over 20 minutes to go now to try and get myself a goal to go in front. There's a nice ball by Chilwell into the path of Kennedy. Takes it in his path well, in his stride well. Forward there looking for Zakaria. Can I get that back to Kennedy? I can. Kennedy! Oh, it drops back to him. Kennedy saved. No, and I can't get to it to loft it back into the middle. A corner. Welbeck going off. Not sure who's come on. Salvio with the ball in. It's a good one. Oh, yes! What a header at the near post from Maximilian Philip. Whoa! We are 1-1. Level. It's about time he scored a goal from a corner. It's about time Maximilian Philip scored as well. Let's go and win if we can. Meyer, tackled by Zakaria, was actually about to leave the field of play. I'm subbing him off momentarily. Salvio will try and get this down the line but can't. So now Zakaria will go off and John Joe Shelby will come on. He has had a part to play at times this season, John Joe. He will find Maximilian Philip there. He will look out wide for Kennedy, but his pass is misplaced. Kennedy does win it back. You can guarantee if that had been me playing the ball across the box there, that it would have been intercepted by the attacker. That's just the way it feels sometimes, isn't it, when you play FIFA? Nicely intercepted that time by Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Forward quickly to Maximilian Philip. Give that to Ayoze. There's Ruben and Salvio's making moves. And we've slotted him in nicely. And I've got people in the middle to aim for. We'll pull it back. Oh, it was headed straight to Maximilian Philip. But the defender got there first. Kuyate knocks that down to Maximilian Meyer, and we might be drawing this one 1-1. We said that this was the game that we expected. If we were going to drop points today, it would be this game rather than Huddersfield. Campos, I'm just waiting for a cross to try and block it, but Wan-Bissaka in the end just runs out of patience. Oh, Iozia tried to switch that looking for Kennedy. Meyer forward to Zaha. Benteke to Kuyate, back to Benteke. They've got a free kick on the edge of the box if they want to take it, but they have elected not to use the advantage. Philip can't get to that first. Ines does. Milivojevic. Campos. No, I'm using the B clearance. Oh, dearie me. Oh, cleared away. A 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace. Up next, Huddersfield, where I would very much like 3 points this time. Huddersfield's starting lineup: Blake in goal, 5 at the back, including Jordan Lukaku at left back. Hader Unai, perhaps. Hader Unai at right back. I'm just still going to call him Floron, I think. Bakuna and Williams in midfield. Mounier, Sobi, and someone whose name also I don't really think I could probably pronounce properly on the right-hand side. Their midfield. 5 at the back. They're 19th in the league. They need something from this, but so do I. Colin. I'm going to call him Colin. His first name's Colin. So just as I call this guy Floron rather than his surname, I'm going to call Colin rather than trying to pronounce his surname. He's German, so I've no idea how to actually pronounce that. Quaner, but German. No idea. Genuinely no idea. So I'm just going to call him Colin. Huddersfield on the front foot here to start off with. But they are starting to play some passing football now. Going to hope to try and overrun them in midfield. Depends if their wing-backs, Jordan Lukaku and Florent, push forward. It's a good header. Oh, it's off the post, and Reyes just hacks it away. Very nearly 1-0 Huddersfield there. Oh, he didn't challenge for that. Got to go up for that. Here is Colin. Philip Max can't get to him, but Florent can't keep it in. Right, let's slow things down. Make sure we keep possession for a little bit, and then try and build a move of our own. Just cheek down the line there to DeAndre Yedlin. He'll look for Salvio, who is clean through here. Eduardo Salvio. Kennedy, no. Or actually, I think I'm playing Toby Mitchell on the left-hand side of midfield for this game against Huddersfield. That might be why they're having such luck, or why they're trying to utilise their right-hand side more so than their left. A lot of the play has come through Florent and Colin, rather than through Ramadan and Jordan Lukaku, although this particular move is coming down the right-hand side. DeAndre Yedlin getting a start here as well, as is Diego Reyes. A couple of rotation players involved. I thought I would rotate slightly for a game against a side that's 19th in the league. Hopefully it doesn't cost us. Jonjo Shelvey as well, getting a start here. Iosi Perez was who the ball was intended for, as he was looking to get in behind the defence. Philip will intercept there, but not keep it under control. And here come Huddersfield again. End to end this game so far. Here's Colin again looking to get in behind. Philip Max. No point doing anything with the controller after that. That's certainly a foul and deserved yellow card as well for Philip Max. German on German. Cross to come in from Bakuna. And it's good. And Williams with a header, but it's poor. It's over the bar. Test to Bakuna. Into Mounier. Bakuna to Mounier again. I thought initially when I saw the surname Bakuna, it was Leandro Bakuna, but it's not, because his first name starts with a J, so I'm not sure which Bakuna that is. I didn't know of another one, to be honest. And Colin with a header there. He's having a very good game, their right winger, Colin, and he's causing me so many issues. So many. I'm really struggling against him. Jonjo will look here for Iosi. Oh, it's Salvio. Where is Iosi Perez? Here he is. Iosi Perez in behind, on your right foot. Please, Iosi. Please. I even turned you onto your favoured right side, and that is the finish you come up with. Oh, wow. Dear me, that was terrible. That should be 1-0. DeAndre Yedlin wins that header well, actually. On the rare occasion that DeAndre Yedlin actually does win an aerial encounter, we might end up scoring. Oh, it's a lovely ball through. Please tell me you're onside, Ruben. He is! Oh, I was borderline. Very, very close to being offside, but the linesman has given us the benefit of the doubt. The keeper got something on that, but it has squirmed under him and into the back of the net. I'm not sure. Oh, it's not the best of angles for the replay. I'm not sure either whether the initial shot was on target or not, but it has gone in. I want to see how close that offside call was, because that was particularly close. He's making the run through there. We don't go to him initially, and as the ball is played, oh, it's a great decision from the linesman. A superb decision from the linesman. There was the shot when it came in actually on target, or did the keeper change the trajectory of the ball? Let's have a look. No, I don't think he did, to be fair. And it's actually, on the odd occasion that it actually happens, followed the way that I've actually asked the ball to go. That's a good goal. Pleased with that. Just able to take the lead before half-time as we were moving past... Oh, that would have been a good angle anyway for the replay, wouldn't it? Just moving into and past the 2 minutes added on. And the referee will undoubtedly blow his half-time whistle soon after kick-off. There we go. Oh, right. Let's push on in the second half and actually get a little bit of a margin if we can. Ozzy will use the right back first.
Trying to get the ball out wide.
Let's turn inside. Still going, DeAndre. Finds Ayoze. Oh, it's a great ball through. And Philip. I thought the keeper was going to commit, so I committed myself to the chipped finish. He started to come, so I pressed chip shot, and then he held his nerve there, Blake, and stood firm. Unfortunately, what I was trying to do with a deft little chipped finish turned into a rather more powerful, lofted finish that sadly caused the goalkeeper no real problem whatsoever. Salvio. Oh, that's nicely through. Philip. Oh, trying to return the favour to Ayoze Perez, but can't quite squeeze it through. Reyes not really doing much against Mounier there, forcing him backwards though at least. Been a difficult game against Huddersfield. I'll give them their dues. They have played well. They kept the ball away from me nicely too. They had like 57% possession in the first half and more chances than me, I believe. But it's mainly through Colin actually. There. What was? I can't even. Some of the passing on FIFA 19. The hour mark has arrived. They're making their first change. And the scoreline, thankfully, hasn't changed. Shelby will take this free kick short to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And I want someone on the right-hand side. And there's, oh, it's Jamal Lascelles. Why did it have to be Jamal Lascelles? Ruben. Knock that down to a teammate. Well done, Maximilian. He's done well there. There's Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Now we've got someone on the right. And now it's Eduardo Salvio. This is what I needed. Looking for Philip. Philip! Oh, blocked well. Salvio gets that first. Toby. Oh, Toby Mitchell! Oh, wow, what a goal that would have been. Destroyed the defender's career. Ayoze Perez will pull this back to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh, but his touch is terrible. And Jonathan Hogg will get rid of it. If that had gone in from Toby Mitchell, that might well have been the making of a young man's career. 21 minutes to go. Here comes Colin on the counter-attack. We get a block on the cross and then clear it ourselves. Philip could be underneath this. Montez wins the header. Oh, we might well, on a number of occasions there, made it 2-0 and put Huddersfield out of sight. Oh, we still could. Philip outmuscles the man. Now, do I go for the shot or the squared pass? To be fair, the pass would have been blocked as well as the shot, so I had to go for the shot. Salvio with the ball in. Jamal Lascelles with the overhead kick, and Blake makes the save. Wowzers. Corner again from Salvio. Can we replicate the header from the first half? Down and wide. Oh no, it was from the first game even. Down and wide from Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Looking for his second goal, but not able to find it. Sell through the gap to John Joe. There's Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh, space for Salvio to get into. Jordan Lukaku is fast, but he doesn't seem to give two hoots about closing me down. Just need to find a teammate here. Oh, he went for the diving header of his own accord. I pressed no buttons. Unfortunately, he didn't make contact with the ball. Why Jordan Lukaku just didn't make any attempt to try and close me down there, I have absolutely no idea. That might well have been 2-0 and game over if Ayoze had made contact there. Still, though, they push forward looking for an equaliser, Huddersfield. And Ramadan Sobhi's in behind, but his pass is really poor. Loftus-Cheek will look out wide here to Toby Mitchell. Can he destroy another career of a defender? Oh, I still can't believe that little flick to beat the defender earlier on. That was so beautiful. And this is good football too, and I could knock that through for Eduardo Salvio. And now Huddersfield are out of sight. Newcastle 2, Huddersfield 0. A superb move that's very well tucked away. With less than 5 minutes to go, that's 3 points for us here. Cross there to Colin again. He's had a good game. Huddersfield haven't been that bad here. Honestly, they've genuinely put up a good fight. If they play this well throughout the remainder of the season, they might well save themselves from relegation. That's a good ball in, cleared away by Max. They just couldn't keep it up for the full 90. They had a real spell in the first half especially, where they were on top and properly on top, but they weren't able to make it pay, and in the end, our numerous chances as it happened were able to win us the game by 2-0. 3 points, 4 in total. Wasn't sure whether we'd get 6 or 4 today, but I hoped for a minimum of 4, and we have achieved that. It keeps us in the top 4, speaking of 4. So we're 18 games in, 1 away from the halfway point. That halfway game will be against 6th place Wolves, who are level on points with us. So big game upcoming as game number 1 of tomorrow's episode. I will advance as far as that game, though, so we can get into the January transfer window, and then we'll see the sale of Muto go through, and we'll get an idea of how much money we've got to spend for January. Muto gone. Oh, it was Watts. I knew someone else was going. Youth squad monthly report. Anyone at 16 years of age? No, now not yet. 86 to 92 still for Elliot Phillips. Their only expectations for his ratings still, not his actual ratings, which is frustrating, but he was the Scout Future Star, so that's probably why it's doing that. Acceleration of 80. Oh, hopefully he can become a very good player for us. Telmo Gerardo and Brandon Cook still looking decent. Acceleration of 70, sprint speed 73. Just 15 years of age. Those two should grow quite well, as should, well, specifically these two. We'll have to wait and see how things go. Right, now, how much money have I got? £32 million. £32 million and 136 million in the budget. Now, my initial thoughts are, even with the signing of Maximilian Philip, we've never had, really, an out-and-out goal scorer up top. Let's have a look at the stats for our team. Our top goal scorer is Maximilian Philip with 7 and 9 assists. So he really is contributing this season. Despite not always being on the score sheet, he's still a very good player for us. So I wouldn't consider selling him on and replacing him up top. Kennedy's my next top goal scorer. Iosi Perez is there with 5 goals and 3 assists, but he's not scoring regularly for me. Dwight Gale is there with 1 goal in 8 games. Now, and he's 29 as well. Do I sell Dwight Gale? I think I'm going to sell Dwight Gale and sign another striker with the money that we can raise from Dwight Gale's sale. The question is, who do I sign? I think that's where we need to strengthen more, because we don't have we have youngsters that I have at centre-back in Guerrero. I have youngsters in midfield and out wide with Mendoza, Vega, Kuhn, Berm, Mitchell and Roth. But I don't have a youth striker or a youth wing-back. Now, wing-back, we're quite happy with Chilwell, Max, Wan-Bissaka and DeAndre Yedlin. But I only really have 3 strikers now. Philip, Perez and Gale. We have Roth that can go in there at cam, and he does go in there at cam with Dwight Gale up top in the rotation side. I'd consider signing another striker to go in with Philip. Maximilian, I could even drop Philip to cam and drop Perez out of the starting lineup to bring in another top quality striker if we can sign someone. Maybe even a top quality player to go in at cam behind Philip, although I would like an out-and-out striker that can maybe play it at centre forward as well. So bear that in mind. Maybe an all-round striker, someone that's good on the ball as well as just a finisher. We have £30-odd million available to us. Potentially a little bit more with the sale of Dwight Gale, although he's not valued at much. Well, 6 million is decent. We could maybe get 6 million plus for Dwight Gale, although I won't be trying to maximise the potential from that sale and risk losing it if offers come in. Diami's retiring at the end of the season, apparently, so I'm not really going to be able to do anything with him, although he's only 32. If I can get randomly a bid in, then I'll try and sell him, but I think I want a striker. So let me know in the comment section who we should go for. Bear in mind, we are still at Newcastle United, only in Season 2, and yes, we're in the top 4 currently, but last year we finished mid-table, so we're not going to be able to attract, we wouldn't realistically be able to attract or afford the very best strikers, but we could afford someone just in that echelon below, I think, to try and help us stay in the top 4. We're having a good season, and I'd like to stay in the European spots if we can. The main aim is Europa League, either by a league finish or by winning the FA Cup. And a new striking signing, a marquee striking signing, could help us do that. But you guys need to tell me who to buy. So do that in the comment section down below. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel too to make sure you don't miss out on any more. And I'll see you next time.